MotoGP is more than just a race of speed on asphalt. Behind the roar of 1,000 cubic centimeters engines lies drama, strategy, and intrigue just as intense as the battles on track. The 2025 season is no exception, bringing major surprises. Jack Miller's shocking statement about his future with Yamaha, and a highly anticipated showdown in Losail between Francesco Bagnaia and Marc Marquez. So, how will these two stories reshape the course of this year's championship? Let's dive in. Jack Miller, the flamboyant Australian rider, once again grabbed headlines after appearing on the Gypsy Tales podcast. In a relaxed yet emotionally charged interview, Miller revealed how he nearly found himself out of MotoGP, not purely because of performance, but due to his personality, which Yamaha allegedly found incompatible. "I said a few things I probably shouldn't have," he admitted with a bitter laugh. "I was just being myself, sarcastic like most Aussies. But apparently, my sarcasm didn't sit well with a more formal and structured Japanese culture." Miller shared that Yamaha had questioned his behavior and personality off the track, something he hadn't realized could impact contract negotiations. Amid the fierce battle to secure a place on the 2025 MotoGP grid, Miller nearly lost a golden opportunity. The turning point came when Pramac Racing boss Paolo Campinotti took a bold step. Pramac, having just announced a new partnership as Yamaha's satellite team after parting ways with Ducati, became Miller's career savior. "Honestly, Paolo saved me," Miller said. "He went straight to Yamaha and told them, 'Jack is serious about his work. Don't judge him just by how he talks or his rough demeanor. He's genuinely dedicated on the track.'" Campinotti convinced Yamaha that behind Miller's loud tone and sarcastic humor was a rider capable of providing valuable data and technical input. This move proved crucial for Yamaha, a manufacturer striving to rise from a series of tough seasons. With Pramac now on board, Yamaha fields 4 bikes on the grid, doubling their strength in the constructor battle. Miller will team up with Miguel Oliveira, the experienced Portuguese rider who has previously raced with KTM, Aprilia, and Honda. Their pairing is expected to bring a vital synergy to Yamaha, combining experience, boldness, and technical ability to provide meaningful feedback to engineers. "I've never seen a manufacturer this committed to making a comeback," said Miller. "They're all in. Even from the first test session, I could already feel the energy." Miller didn't shy away from discussing what he believed was the main reason behind his split with KTM. He pointed to a turning point when KTM decided to change the rear tire casing. "Ever since that switch, my bike changed drastically. Suddenly, there was no grip, and acceleration became unreliable," Miller explained. "The data did show signs of chatter, but what I felt on the bike was way different than what showed up on the screen. It was like fighting with a machine I no longer recognized." Meanwhile, his teammate Brad Binder remained competitive despite facing the same technical situation. This left Miller feeling like he had hit an invisible wall. The pressure mounted further when Pedro Acosta, the sensational rookie from Spain, burst onto the scene with an explosive debut. "Maybe body weight also played a role," Miller added. "Augusto Fernandez and I weigh around 68 to 70 kilograms, while Brad is lighter. Pedro, he's even lighter. Maybe this bike simply responds better to riders with a smaller build." Now, with his KTM chapter officially closed, Miller is choosing to shift his focus. He wants to prove that he's not just a vocal figure off the track, but also a true fighter who never stops battling at the highest level of MotoGP. Elsewhere in the world, the racing atmosphere is heating up under the dazzling lights of the Losail International Circuit in Qatar. In the desert illuminated by the night sky, 2 MotoGP giants prepare for a long-awaited classic duel, Francesco "Pecco" Bagnaia and Marc Marquez. Pecco arrived in Qatar with blazing spirit and massive momentum. His stunning victory at the Circuit of the Americas in Texas wasn't just an addition to his points tally, it was a bold statement. That win felt even more special because it came after Marc Marquez, who had been leading the race, crashed out, clearing the path for Pecco to secure the top spot. Now, the gap between him and the current standings leader, Alex Marquez, is down to just 12 points. Alex himself has been incredibly consistent since the start of the season, but the pressure is undoubtedly mounting. Meanwhile, Marc Marquez is still chasing his first win with Ducati. The pressure is intense, but the veteran rider is not one to give up easily. While his adaptation isn't complete yet, his championship instincts remain sharp. However, Qatar is not just another track. Many analysts have called it Pecco's territory. Past statistics and performances show Pecco almost always dominates here. When Pecco attacks the fast right-handers in Qatar, it's like art. Like ballet on hot asphalt, said MotoGP analyst Michael Laverty. His words aren't an exaggeration. Pecco truly seems to merge with the bike and the track every time he races under the lights at Losail. With all these elements, Qatar is no ordinary race. It's a grand stage, a place where two MotoGP giants will test each other's strength, consistency, and ambition. And the world is watching, eager to see who will emerge victorious in this escalating drama. The fight on the MotoGP track isn't just about who's the fastest or who can collect the most points. More than that, it's a battlefield of the mind, where pressure, confidence, and courage are pushed to the limit. The duel between Francesco Pecco Bagnaia and Marc Marquez, along with his brother, Alex Marquez, is a prime example of how psychological dynamics can play a major role in shaping the championship's direction. What makes this duel so highly anticipated isn't just the stellar reputations of the two riders, but the stakes, far greater than mere numbers on a leaderboard. Pecco's victory over Alex Marquez in Texas marked a crucial turning point. It wasn't just about overtaking and crossing the line first, it was a message, delivered subtly but firmly, to the Marquez brothers. Pecco isn't just technically strong, he's also mentally ready for battle. MotoGP analyst Sane Jintoy captured the moment sharply. Pecco didn't win because Marc fell. He forced Marc into making that mistake, he said. It was a victory earned through sheer determination, not a gift of luck. That line encapsulates the immense pressure Marc is under. When a rider of Marc Marquez's caliber, known for his toughness, self-belief, and razor-sharp instincts, is forced out of his comfort zone, it means his rival has managed to penetrate the most crucial battleground, his mind. Now, the spotlight shifts to the next round in Qatar. This track is known to favor Pecco, both in terms of its technical characteristics and his historical performance. If Pecco can defeat Marc in a direct duel on a circuit that plays to his strengths, it could mark a real shift in psychological dominance toward Bagnaia. This isn't just about speed anymore, it's about who stays calm under pressure and who can apply that pressure to their opponent. But the narrative could flip. If Marc Marquez manages to bounce back and beat Pecco on the reigning champion's home turf, it would mean he's passed a massive mental test. A win like that could inject an incredible boost of energy and twist the season into something wilder, more brutal, and far less predictable. The points race may be important, but the mental war is key to securing the title. And in a sport as fast-paced as MotoGP, one moment can change everything. Qatar isn't just the next circuit, it's a mental battleground that could determine who takes control of the championship fight. From Jack Miller's internal drama to the titanic clash between Pecco and Marquez, the 2025 season delivers MotoGP in its rawest form, brutal, emotional, and brimming with the turmoil of the human spirit. Behind the helmet visors and the roar of the engines lie pressure, ambition, and stories of struggle no less epic than any battlefield. How does Jack Miller's personality dynamic affect his relationship with Yamaha? And why does Pramac Racing's role become crucial in saving his MotoGP 2025 career? Share your thoughts.